Sioux Falls, South Dakota, former U.S. Open champion. Lost the cue ball a little bit there, got the one into the side.
Yeah, but that 2-ball's ugly.
And certainly for all our newcomers to the Mosconi Cup, it's amazing how a lot of them, even Jay Helfert was saying he's never seen a crowd like this. Well, you know something? This is my 17th Mosconi Cup, Jerry. I've never seen a crowd like this.
This crowd's crazy, and I love them. They are really into it here. Everybody wanted to see this. Tickets have been sold out for quite a while now.
The hottest ticket in town right now. Nick Vandenberg with a wide open look at the 2. Very tricky shot.
Extension
one
call.
thing in his favor as he asks referee Nigel Reese to just apply the white gloves to the cue ball. Little smudge of chalk possibly on that white. The one thing in his favor, Jerry, is it looks like the natural path, should he make this 2, will take the cue ball right over towards the 4.
But he's got to make the shot first, and this is not easy. Makes it look easy. Perfect. Look at this.
Yes, Nick Vandenberg comes from a country, a pool playing hotbed. Niels Fayen, Alex Lely, Vandenberg, of course.
And Rico Dix.
This is Nick's 4th appearance in the Mosconi Cup. So no stranger to the pressure that it presents.
Would like to pop up onto the right side of the table for this. Well, that's about the best he could really ask for here. All he has to do is make the ball. 7-ball sits right by the side pocket.
Yeah, nice to steal, if you're a European fan, nice to steal this opening rack against Van Boening's break.
Now it's all about shape on the 8.
Shot now, just drawing the cue ball back down for the 9. He's dead straight on this 8. So again, he's going to be leaning over that 9, just wants to ensure that the shirt, as he tucks it in, the shirt doesn't dangle down and feather that 9, because you know the referee will be watching.
You really would have liked to have had enough angle on this to go 2 rails and out. But as you said, he's got no choice but to draw back.
Couldn't hit that one any better. To open his account, Vandenberg knocks in the 9. 1-0 Team Europe.
Well, Vandenberg looked like he was on a charge when he came down the stairs. He is really into it for this match.
A lot of support for both players. You saw Carl Boyes just give Vandenberg the clenched fist. Corey Deuel comes back over to tap Van Boening on the shoulder, pass the towel over to Shane. But a great shot on the 2. That was the most difficult shot that Vandenberg faced, and he took it home in the opening rack.
You're up to break, leading 1 rack to 0.
That 2 balls beginning to show the wear of battle.
Just gathering his focus. He'll be eyeing up that 1, and like most, I would expect him to use that cut break, take that cue ball into the right-hand cushion as he looks. And he does. 1 into the side. That's the target ball. Now he needs that 2 to sit pretty, and I think the 3 has come to the Americans' aid. Takes the clear path to that 2 away, Jerry.
He's going to have to go rail first on this shot. You can see the way it sets up off this break. He's blocked from the ball, direct hit by the 3, but the rail's there. He can play this off the cushion.
Yeah, Yeah, the other option is to push out. And if he did push out, I could see him just rolling the cue ball over to the left-hand side, just past the side pocket, because he doesn't want to leave a bank shot on. There you can see with his Q-tip exactly where he'd want to roll that cue ball. And that, again, assuming he doesn't elect to try and go into that cushion as you suggested.
Push out call.
Oh, he's gone for the push.
Got to be careful here. See, the only danger with this is you don't want to leave too difficult of a safety reply, because you know that Shane is just going to put you right back in. So he's opted for the extension. He wants a little bit more time to think about this. Again, the option that he's looked at is just to roll the cue ball into this area. He's having a second look. Another option would be bring it down here. That was the option I thought of first. Just in that area. You wouldn't be leaving a bank shot, so we'll see what Nick elects.
I do believe he's going to get this back unless there's more of that ball to hit than it appears.
Yeah, he's got to get the cue ball out of the way if he wants to try and bank it into the opposite side. The double kiss is the danger here. I'd be surprised if he didn't bring Nick back. Very surprised. I think this is a bit of poker from Shane Van Boening, letting Nick think he's going to take it, but I expect Nick to come back to the table.
Set the clock.
Nicely played. You want to keep your opponent in that chair as long as possible to cool him off a little bit.
Like rattling your chips, Jerry.
Yeah, that's exactly what Shane did. Now let's see what kind of answer Vandenberg has for his own push out. Well, he's not going to be complaining about this one.
I don't believe he intended to hit the 3 with that 2, though. I think he wanted to bump it to the top cushion. I think he got a little lucky there. Shane can hit this 2. I don't think he can pocket it.
Watch out, pocket. Oh, man.
Watch out, pocket indeed. How about that little safety effort from the South Dakota kid?
Now Vandenberg is shooting over the pocket, which is not as tough a shot as it used to be now that the Brunswick table is made with pockets that are flush to the surface of the rail.
He's looking at a 1 cushion escape here, so this will be played at speed. Cue ball stayed on the table, spinning near that corner pocket. You could tell the way Shane got out of his chair. Nothing on offer other than a possible billiard onto the 7. Fraught with danger. And you can see where the 2 is. And the only shot on offer that I can see, if he decides to attack, is to play the billiard from the 2 onto the 7. Try and pocket the 7. But as I said, take a brave heart to take that one on, Jerry.
Yeah, I like him ducking here.
He's going for it. He went for the 7 and got it.
That was a great shot, Jimmy.
Tell you what, if you're going to play the shot, you might as well have played it slower and left the 2 in the middle of the table. The speed that he played this, and again, assuming he was playing the 7, and you have to assume that, he's bumped the 2 up table and left as much distance as he. What a shot. Sorry, Shane, I forgot who was shooting. What a tremendous shot on the 2.
Well, his mother was a champion pool player, a national champion. His grandfather, a pool instructor. So he's been playing since he was in diapers. And he'll probably play until he's in diapers again.
And that 3 wasn't straightforward either. This is just pure shot making, courtesy of Shane Van Boening. And he has played himself into a winning position from what looked like something he'd like to have handed the cue back over to Vandenberg and brought him out of his chair. Tremendous ability and courage.
This will send the advantage to Van Boening. If he clears this table, he'll be tied up at 1. It'll be his break.
And both players taking their turns swiping the rack from the opponent. 9 down. Van Boening always has a feature to his game. He makes it look like he's on the practice table, even when it means everything.
Welcome back to the York Hall in London for the Mosconi Cup. It's Europe against the USA and Van Boening against Vandenberg. All level after the opening 2 racks, and then Van Boening took the 3rd. This is now the 4th, Vandenberg at the table and ready to break.
The overall score 3-3. And Jerry, we looked at the lineup prior to the first ball being hit. We knew it was going to be close.
Yeah, these are 2 of the most closely matched teams we have ever seen.
Well, Van Boening won the last rack. With his break, Vandenberg has to try and reply in kind.
Successful break with that 1 ball in the side again. So the players are always playing shape on the 2 ball. He'll just need to stay down table with the 3. Although he could go forward 2 rails and out, couldn't he?
Yeah, he could draw this. Jerry, I expect him to try and knock this into the corner pocket and just pull it off that side cushion back out into the middle of the table.
That's what he does.
Now, a choice for Nick. 3 available into the side or the bottom right corner, which affords easier position to the 4.
Yeah, he'll take the corner for sure. Then the cue ball just has to float over to the right-hand rail for the 4 ball.
That's a little straighter than he would have liked. That's going to mean he's not going to be able to get that cue ball away from that right-hand cushion. He'll draw this back for the 5. Now it's absolutely vital that he leaves himself the right angle. Just about where the cue ball is now would be perfect.
Wants to make sure not to hit the nose of the pocket like that.
Well, that wasn't intended, but you know something? It may not be that bad. He can play the 5 into the top left corner, and right about where he's holding his cue is where that cue ball is intended to rest, should he get this 5. But without a doubt, he didn't intend drawing into the point.
No doubt. Would have been much easier to float down another 8 inches.
Big shot right here. Well, it took all the pressure, carried with it all the pressure of winning the rack. And I don't think that cue ball is ducked behind the 9. That was nothing more than the pressure of the situation overcoming Nick Vandenberg.
I don't know, there may be an edge of the 9 ball in the way.
Extension called.
Nope, he can just get through. Going to take some of that cueing power to get back for the 6.
On display again. And again, Jerry, he makes it look so easy.
He can really spin a cue ball.
This one's going to hurt Vandenberg. because it was Nick who had the first chance. And he's the one that's got to suffer while he watches in his chair. Oh, what a mistake from
Can you believe that?
What a massive mistake from Shane Van Boening. Mark that one down. That could be a turning point. Should have been 3-1 to USA. He overdrew it. And the cue ball found the corner pocket. And 2-2, virtually a certainty now.
Just start the clock. Reset, please. Guys, please settle down.
Referee Nigel Reese just calling order in the venue here. Unbelievable mistake, Jerry. I can't believe Van Boening made a mistake like that.
No, and he's obviously stunned. But all the mistakes we've seen this week, and there haven't been many, they seem to be caused by adrenaline. Players just over pumping that cue a little bit. And now, tie ball game.
Well, I'm sure all the Americans in attendance and all of them watching the Mosconi Cup are as shocked as we were to see the cue ball overdrawn and finding gravity here. Even Van Boening. I mean, that was about the last thing I expected. But the pressure of the Mosconi Cup, we've said it so many times before.
2-2.
Van Boening settles the cue ball back into position. He wants to put things right, and a good break here would go a long way to doing that. One into the side, and 2 balls go by that head string. That make the break legal.
And
guys,
that
I'm not going to keep telling everyone.
is
Nice and quiet
one close cue ball to the
you.
2 ball. Watch how this winds up here. The 2 ball and the cue ball are going to just nestle up to one another.
Once again, the referee has had to call order. You know, the fans, as loud and raucous as they are, Nigel Reese has to maintain order. He wants fair play to reign supreme down there, and he doesn't want either player being thrown off by unnecessary chants or movement when the players are down.
Van Boening will be trying to hide behind either the 9 ball or the 3 ball.
And looking at the fine edge of that too, Jerry, he'd like to be able to leave the 2 right there and just feather it. Take the cue ball down, ideally behind cover.
Yep, Nigel's got to be careful, make sure the 2 ball gets hit.
Well, he opted for a little thicker hit now, and that looks pretty good. I think it's just ducked behind that 3. Pretty good shot from Shane. Easy escape, but an escape that Nick may not be able to control the 2 and keep it safe.
He's going for the jump cue.
Extension called.
Each player allowed 1 extension per rack. Now both players have used that extension, so the 30-second shot clock. Both players will have to be mindful of it now.
Well, he's got a jump break cue in his hand, and he has not broken it down into a jump cue, so he may just be using the extra weight to help twist the ball. Nope. He does jump to the full cue.
Well, he had to jump into the kick, and he's left Van Boening. As I said, it's one thing. The kick wasn't a tough escape. Getting the 2 safe, that's another story. And thankfully for Nick Vandenberg, it looks like that 5 has found a safe position, marrying itself to the 7.
Yeah, but there's a deadly safety to be played off that if he gets to it. He's wound up very tough on this 3 ball.
Yeah, he's going to be running for cover here, Jerry. He's looking at the 3 into the side pocket. Very tricky shot. Well, it looks like he's going to be attacking the 3 right side. Wow, what a great shot from Van Boening.
Yeah, I'm going to be very curious. You know, he's aiming it up to play that 5 ball in the side pocket.
Well, I don't know whether it goes into the side. It certainly goes into the corner, but he'll be playing this off 2 cushions around the back of the 9. The speed of the cue ball is everything here because The pattern is there.
Yeah, he's going to be going for the side. Well, he may be breaking these up.
Oh, what a shot from Shane. What a shot. I think he's got a chance at the 5.
Well, he grimaced when the cue ball collided with the 5. I don't think that was, so that wasn't his intention.
But that was great shot.
What a shot.
And the cue ball sitting nicely onto the 6. Fully deserving. What an effort from Van Boening here. You know what you've got to love about this young man is after losing the last rack when he really should have won it, he's erased that memory. He's come right to the table. I always say it, Jerry, the key to success at this level playing 9-ball, living in the present. And nobody exudes that any better than Van Boening right here.
Van Boening aiming for a 3-2 lead in our race to 6. Has to be careful not to overdraw this cue ball. Better short than long.
Yeah, good point. Especially after what we saw in the early going. It seemed like every player was overcooking it. 9 down, 3-2.
Welcome back to the Mosconi Cup. Europe against the USA. It's all level after the first 6 matches. This is now the 7th between Van Boening for the USA and Europe's Vandenberg.
The predictable 1 ball in the side. And is the 2 ball going to follow? It does. But the 3 ball is not clear.
What's worse is it's a total eclipse behind the 9. And where the 3 is in such close proximity to that corner pocket as we see it come to rest following Nick's break, where do you push to?
I don't think you do.
Well, you're going to see a little pool wizardry here, courtesy of El Nino.
Well, he's got to be really careful that he doesn't jump this cue ball off the table. Great shot.
He jumped the 3 off the table.
Yes, he did. Beautiful jump shot.
Worth another look. Van Boening will make a note of that, as will Team USA. Very adept. Look at that. Judging the speed to perfection.
Now, if he can get clear on the 5 ball, which he does. Well, he's left himself a long shot, though. Getting on the 6 is no piece of cake.
After the break, he looked at a position that most pool players would have been grimacing at. Vandenberg turned it into one of some promise. Mind you, it took a terrific shot to do that, but
yeah, that'll make the highlight reel.
he's still not out of the woods yet, though. Long 5. And spinning that cue ball around for the 6. Nicely struck.
Well, we all know Vandenberg is a real clutch player. He likes pressure, responds to it very well. Connects the dots now.
Responding to the pressure, much to the delight of the Europeans here in attendance. And it's a very partisan crowd here at York Hall. Team USA knew they were coming into dangerous territories, and a very hostile crowd in pool sense. And they were hoping to take them out of it. And vault in front. I was telling Andy Goldstein earlier, Jerry, that I think every time the USA stays close, and with each day that passes, I would believe USA would start to get stronger, given that they would start to get acclimatized and get over the time change.
Well, many of the players got here Monday morning in order to avoid that time change problem. 3-3. We are tied up in our race to 6. And Nick Vandenberg has accomplished his most recent task.
And Vandenberg 3-3.
Thank you, rack 7.
With the
USA
break.
to break, 3-3.
As our referee, Nigel Reese, lets everyone in attendance know, rack number 7, hand in hand, they head towards the winning line of 6 racks.
Legal break, and the 2-ball is clear.
And again, Shane exercising a lot of control with this break because he's got a lot more power than he's exhibiting there. And one good positional shot from the 2 to the 3.
He's going to be too close. He needs a firm tap, and gets it.
Kiss of an angel for Van Boening. And beautifully onto the 3, 4 and 5. Near side pockets, 6 at the bottom of our screen, so Shane will just ensure to leave a nice angle on this 5 to float the cue ball down for the 6.
Did he leave himself the angle?
He may have to play this into the right side of the pocket. Oh,
Doesn't want to be straight on the 6.
My.
No, that's a bad shot. That's a mistake from Van Boening. The crowd also know it. You can see he's got no angle, and that means he's not going to be able to get that cue ball up table.
Although he could develop an angle by playing rail first.
Jerry, even that wouldn't afford a ton
Attention call.
of angle. It's that straight with both balls so near the cushion. I think Shane is going to have to accept his fate. Leave long distance on the 7. And that's about as good as he could have done. Got that cue ball away from that bottom cushion. And a long, difficult 7. Otherwise, he'll turn it over to Vandenberg. Beautifully struck. Like it was on the practice table. Van Boening with a great 7.
This to take a narrow 4-3 lead if he gets past this 8 ball and the 9. And we certainly expect him to do that. It's a race to 6. And Van Boening leads it 4-3.
And some great shot making once again on display, courtesy of Shane Van Boening. He's lost the cue ball a couple times, but when you've got the ability to knock balls in like this 7, what do you care about position?
Thank you, rack 8. You up to break, trailing 3 racks to 4.
Eyeing it up. Pinpoint accuracy with control. And the 1 didn't go on the side. And with that cup break, that's exactly what Vandenberg had planned.
Well, he didn't leave a lot. This is a tough cross-table cut of a 1 ball. You can see that 1 ball teases the side pocket, but fails to fall. And Van Boening is eyeing up a 1-7 combination. Unless he's just looking at an angle to come off that ball to play safe. He's got a great wall down here to hide behind. Went for the combination.
And nice angle on the 1. Be able to bring the cue ball closer to the 2.
That's what so impresses me about these professional players. When they play a combination, they can plot the path of that first contact ball. Boy, that was close.
Again, a nice angle on the 2. Just keeps leaving himself ideally placed where he doesn't have to work that white.
And this cluster down here is not the problem that it may appear, because the 4 and the 5 have a pocket available to them.
Shane will just draw this straight back. He'd like to get the cue ball close to where it is now.
Yeah, if he could place it with his hand right where it is now, he'd sure take that.
Jerry, you mentioned at the top of the program how important it is to have that overnight lead. You know that Van Boening has that firmly in his thoughts.
You betcha. Good shape on the 4. He can choose to draw back or roll forward for the 5, or even stop. In fact, he may have too many choices.
Asking Nigel Reese for the extension on the 30-second shot clock. Once again, if you're just joining us, and if you are, you've missed a ton of action. Each player allowed 1 30-second extension per rack.
Massages the 5 ball into shape, and now he's got an easy up and down the table for the 6.
Yeah, important that he left himself plenty of angle to be able to take that path back down for the 6, Jerry. Well, this is going to be pretty close to that corner pocket. A little closer than Shane was planning, I can assure you, but he's got a little angle on this 6. And that'll afford him the opportunity to just roll through, play that white off that cushion, and get a little closer to that 8.
And right in line with the 8-ball shot. He had a lot of room to work with there. Now, this will be a nice sizable lead, 5-3, given that he gets through these balls.
You just know, as all the American fans look on, that America would have wanted a lot from Van Boening, and he aims to deliver. 5-3, the lead.
Shane Van Boening stands atop the hill, 5-3 in our race to 6, and the fate of this match is in his hands right now. He could keep his opponent in the chair, and that's not the seat that Vandenberg wishes to take.
Spot on, Jerry, and another comforting thought for Van Boening is he knows he'd like that 2 to have stuck around that side. Vandenberg has to beat his break twice.
Yeah, and that is quite an undertaking. Going to be very curious as to how Shane plays this. I don't think he's got an angle at all for a bank. The kiss looks dead on. Although if he puts enough left on this to check the 3 ball, he might be able to bank this right back across the side pocket. The duck is a lot easier though. Yeah, there's the duck. Now Vandenberg is at the table, and he needs to stay at the table. He certainly does not want to allow Van Boening another opportunity. And here comes that jump cue again, the double-ended cue, tip on each end. I've never seen one like this.
Well, again, being so tall, certainly working to his benefit. But this one, he really does need to be a bit lucky, Jerry.
I don't think he got lucky. I do believe Van Boening has a full ball with which to work. No easy pocket, but anytime these guys have a full ball, they can take that cue ball anywhere they wish.
Jerry, I think he'll take this. I don't think he's left Shane anything easy. Shane may just be looking to duck here. Trying to get that cue ball back behind the 5. And he's a little short.
Tough cut shot.
Yeah. Made even more so, given the fact that if Vandenberg misses it, it may seal his fate.
Almost certainly. But he's made a tough one like this before. Oh, just out.
One saving grace, he missed it by enough where he doesn't appear to have left it into the same pocket.
Yeah, he overcut that ball. And I don't believe the bank is on. Wants to come down behind the 5, and he does.
I've got a feeling you may see Vandenberg get that jump cue out again.
Yep, going back to the chair. This is one long distance jump shot.
And he's got to get it up quick to get over that 5.
He does that.
Oh, he made the 7. Played the billiard onto the 7, and look where the 3's landed. Listen to the crowd. They'll let you know the result there.
When you need a roll, you sometimes get a roll.
Still got to hold it together. A long ways to go.
Well, Vandenberg did not have to be at the table at all, and once he got there, he certainly made the most of it. Got to hand it to him.
He has used that jump cue to a very efficient standard, hasn't he? Every time he brings it out, Van Boning's either had to stay in his chair or he's come out of his chair with nothing.
Yeah, Van Boening may be lobbying for a no jump cue rule.
Just slightly overdrawing position. That makes his 8 a little trickier than Nick would have liked. You still have to expect him to get it and swing the cue ball back off 3 cushions. Back down for the 9.
Speed all important here.
Well, it may not reach that 3rd cushion, but that'll do.
Yep, looks good for a 5-4 score line.
Gets the 9, stays alive. 5-4 in favor of Team USA in our 7th match here at the York Hall. Nick Vandenberg, terrific with the jump cue. A superb jump shot billiard here, executed from Nick Vandenberg, contacting the perfect amount of that 3 to knock that 7 into the corner
you're
pocket.
Up to break, train 4 racks to 5.
Watch for the 1 ball in the side pocket.
Corey Duell just over Shane's shoulder, offering some support to his teammate and countryman. Vandenberg with equal support here from all the European players in attendance. 1 into the side, as you called, Jerry. very close to that too. Looks tricky, but I think he can just slice this into the side pocket.
Yeah, I'm going to be curious as to exactly how this 2-ball is set up, because he would almost certainly rather take it down table, but I don't think he can.
I think he can just knock this in and check the cue ball with left-hand side spin as he looks. Well, in fact, it was too thin. The overhead perspective just belying what was the actual angle on that too, but that's not a bad way to depart the table.
Now, will he go all the way down the table and back, or across the table?
Carl Boyes on your right-hand side, and Darren Appleton just on the left. They've done their part in day 2, as has Corey Deuel.
Shane having a bit of a difficulty here making a decision. There's Ralph Souquet and his lovely wife Ely. Hard to control this shot.
What a shot from Vandenberg.
Well, I believe he's left it, Jim.
He hit it about as good as he could, Jerry. He's left Nick with a chance at the 2, half a chance at best, but you can see there's room. That corner pocket inviting that 2 home. Cue ball will travel across the table and back out towards the middle if he gets this.
Boy, this is under pressure. This is a tough shot. See how good this 2-ball is at riding the rail. It's in there.
Nice angle on the 3, the 4 up near the top corner pocket. Why should we be surprised? It looks like it's going to be going hill again.
How many comebacks have we seen already this week? Guys down and they just charge right back into it.
And given the format, the alternating break format, that really belies the odds.
Yeah, it's hard to make a comeback when you can't stay at the table. You've got to give up the break every other game. And yet, these fellas just keep on doing it.
Just slow roll this in.
Now, instead of rolling down for the 7 in the opposite corner pocket, he'll be able to come off the rail, play it in the same pocket as the 6-ball.
Just avoiding that 9, Jerry. That's the only danger ball. He just has to clear that 9, take it out of the equation. Nicely done. And a nice angle on this 7.
Beautiful angle. He'll come off the right-hand rail directly in line with the 8-ball. So he has a lot of room to work the cue ball into. No need to be overly precise.
Shane Van Boening can start warming up that cue because he'll be breaking in the 11th rack, assuming Vandenberg knocks these 2 in.
Talk about staying down on a shot. Wow. One 9-ball away from double hill.
And double hill it is, mano a mano. Nick Vandenberg and Shane Van Boening will be playing 1 rack to see who enjoys the overnight lead here in London. And what a pressure-packed rack it will be.
Yeah, but I'm watching Van Boening in his chair and he's smiling. Yep. This break shot, I just cannot overemphasize how important it is to make a legal break and get a shot on that lowest numbered ball. And what's been haunting Van Boening lately is the 2-ball has followed the 1-ball into the right-hand side pocket. So the ball he's been playing shape on is off the table. That won't happen this time. In fact, oh, he's going to stay up.
I'm not sure how many balls past the head string.
You're right. Illegal break.
Referee Nigel Reese, as we look at the replay one more time, watch and count. The 6, the only ball passing the head string. The other ball down counts as a ball passing the head string. So only 2 of the 3 required. And that is not going to help Van Boening. Vandenberg looking to apply the screws with a good safety.
He didn't want that double kiss, and yet he may have rolled up safe. Not bad.
Jerry, that is a roll at the most inappropriate time for the American side. And, you know, I think it's fair to say that Europe has enjoyed a few pretty decent rolls on day 2 here, and you'll get no complaints from Johan Ruschink, but certainly Darren Appleton and Ralph Souquet. I mean, they had 3 fluke balls in their match, which eventually was a 6-5 win over Rodney Morris and Corey Deuel. But what a roll for Nick Vandenberg there. And it's bottom a chance.
Yeah, he really gets another roll there. Could not legislate for that collision. But rolls have a way of evening out. So later in the week, look for America to get some rolls of their own.
And looking at the bottom of your picture, that 7-9 on offer. I don't know whether the 3 passes the 9 into the corner pocket, but that might be the one saving grace or insurance policy for Team USA, unless Nick can drop behind it and play the 3 into the top right corner, the same one he's playing this one.
From where I'm sitting, it looks like the 3 just passes the 9.
Well, that's a bad shot. He didn't get around behind that 2 to play it into the side, so now he's just going to have to roll up behind the 6, just bump the 2. He'd like to be able to take all the easy escape pass away from Van Boening, and that would mean getting that cue ball right up tight to the 6. Almost left it in the open.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though, if I'm Shane Van Boening, I'm just happy to get out of my chair.
Sure. Straight across the table and back. If he goes that way, he'll be hitting it with some speed. Try and get some distance between these 2 balls.
Yeah, and this will be played at speed. Jerry, you're right. Well, he's kicked the 2 and kicked it into the pocket. Now, have a look where the 3 is, because in kicking that 2, he's bumped the 7 over towards the 9. And I'll tell you what, Jerry, I think if he hits that 7, it's got to go in.
Yeah, because the 9 ball is going to send it right into the pocket.
3 onto the 7. To maintain control. And look at the 3-9.
Oh, man.
Check it out. Yeah, Shane Van Boening, you stuck to your guns and you overcame the bad roll. 3-9, and it's Team USA enjoying the overnight lead here in London. It's 4-3, a 6-5 win. Van Boening over Vandenberg. Hats off to Van Boening and Team USA.
A real thriller to end the session in what is proving to be one of the most competitive Mosconi Cups in years. Team USA ahead, but only just. 3 of the 4 matches going to a deciding rack. Coming next, Carl Boys and Mika Immonen against Dennis Hatch and Johnny Archer in the 17th Mosconi Cup.